Evet, herkese merhabalar. Yepyeni bir seri L.A Noire'a başlıyoruz arkadaşlar. Yeni serimiz L.A Noire hayırlı uğurlu olsun. Bundan önce GTA 5'i bitirmiştik. GTA 5'in videosunu atmadım ama son final videosunu ben bitirdim.
A city on the verge of greatness.
Alt yazı açık değil mi ya? Alt yazılar açık. Siyah beyaz olmasın. Şöyle geri diyelim.
New type of city, based not on the man, but on the automobile, the car, a symbol of freedom
bitsin,
and vitality.
cutscene bitsin. Ondan sonra görüşürüz.
Where every man can own his own home, and have room to breathe, not be overlooked by his neighbors.
Kendine ait bir ev.
A city where a man's home is his castle, a quarter acre of the dream made possible by
1930 ve
victory.
40'lar güzel ya böyle olarak. Klasiklik.
A city of opportunists. A city of dreams, where Hollywood will shape the thoughts and desires of the entire planet. A city of pioneers.
Öncülerin şehri. Buraya geçebiliyor muyuz ya?
A city of dreamers.
Bunların saçları niye böyle ya? Biraz değişik.
A city of undercurrents, where not everything is as it seems. A 20th century city that will become a model for the world.
Tamamdır.
A city that has no boundaries, that will stretch as far as the eye can see.
Rockstar oyunlarında nedense hep bu Illuminati işareti var ya.
In the Marine Corps, you deal with the chain of command. Mistakes get made, but you deal with them. You know what you're fighting for,
Ne için
that you're on the
savaştığını
same
bilirsin
team.
ve aynı takımdasın.
But dealing with corruption
Evet.
is like chasing shadows. You never know whether the guy you're talking to is on the pad, or whether it's your partner, or maybe even the watch commander. So who do you trust, Cole? I made up my mind a long time ago.
KGBL calling car 14 Adam. 14 Adam, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
14 Adam, see the detective an ambulance shooting at 6th and Industrial Street. Unit 16 William requests uniformed assistance for an evidence search. 14 Adam, code 2.
Roger, 14 Adam en route.
Oyunun sesini biraz bir kısayım. Şu müzik sesini biraz şöyle. Efekt sesini de biraz şöyle. Konuşmayı da şöyle yapalım. Tamamdır. GTA 5 bitti artık.
Here
Online
we go
gelirse
again.
GTA 5
They
online
don't
gelir.
request uniforms for an evidence search unless there's some kind of catch.
Yapacağım diye
Ever
birkaç
the
sorun
optimist
ayarlayıp
from the
online'da.
beam of sunshine himself.
Farklı 3 gelecek bunun yanında ekstra. İkisini şu anda çekmeyi düşünüyorum. Bir bunu, bir onu, bir onu, bir bunu. Böyle rastgele.
Floyd Rose, homicide. You might back up?
Yes, sir.
Evet efendim,
Belts and
biziz.
done. Wilshire Division.
We had a shooting took place down this alleyway. We have the Vic, Scooter Payton, a Negro male bagged up and on his way to Central Morgue.
Tamam.
Witness says a tall white guy, our shooter, put 2 in the Vic's head and then threw his piece. I need you guys to try and recover the gat.
You want us to look anywhere in particular?
Give it your best shot, guys. The dead guy's a low life. I'm not expecting any
Ben kişi
miracles
serseri de
here.
If
olsa
we
hocam.
recover the weapon?
Bag it and
Olur mu
return it
öyle
to
bir şey?
technical services.
You hurry it up, Floyd. We
I'm
got
outta
places
here.
to be.
Happy hunting.
This is a
WASD
fist
standart.
Just going through the motions.
Probably right. Let's just get it over and done.
All right, have it your way. We'll search right up to the back wall. If you still don't come up with
Ben
anything,
işte
come
videoları
find me
biraz
and we'll
garip
talk it out.
şekilde çekip işte
Two heads are always
garip
better than
şekilde dedim.
one.
farklı bir tarihte çekip farklı bir tarihte atıyorum. Mesela işte GTA 5 bu dün bölüm yayınladım. Normalde onu işte ay yılbaşında çekmiştim 2023'te ama 2024'ün Ramazan ayında, şimdi bugün ayın 25'i mesela, Mart'ın. Dün attım işte 24 Mart falan. Yani bu da öyle bir şey olabilir bunda da. İşte şimdi çekip daha sonra böyle olabilir.
Shooter put him up against the wall and blew his brains out.
Beynim
Hell of a
çok-
way to go.
Evet.
Doesn't really matter how you go once you're gone.
Don't get all deep on me, Phelps.
Aha.
Ralph, there's something on the rooftop.
How the hell did you see that?
Reflection
Yani.
in the window. Looks like it might be our weapon. I'm gonna see if I can find a way up there.
Yukarıya çıkıp
All
bakalım
right,
ben.
don't hurt yourself. The gun's up on the roof, right? So we need to find a way up.
Aha, silah buraya atmış lan. Güzel silah.
Smith
Gel
and
kaplama
Wesson,
mı?
serial S71893.
2 el patlatmış.
2 rounds fired. And instead of dropping it down a drain, our shooter hoists it up here. Interesting guy.
Tamam.
We should follow up on this now, before the perp tries to leave.
We have the gun, Cole. Let's take it back to Central. We could get a commendation.
Could show some initiative,
Good
Ralph,
moment, man.
and see if we can come up with an owner.
That's a long shot, Cole.
It's pretty fancy gun.
Tamam, yine deneyelim mi?
You know a local gun store?
Sure.
Şansımızı deneyelim
There's a place a
sonuçta.
couple of blocks from here.
Ya işte, tamam hadi gidelim. Minecraft macera haritası var bir tane.
No
Ben
harm in doing some
çok
digging.
küçükken
The
izlemiştim
suits
bunu.
didn't seem to give much of a damn.
Ve onu buldum. Eğer olursa onun videosunu da çekeceğim.
Wait to get out of that uniform, can you?
Ondan sonra eğer
You'd
olursa
rather round up
Hexit,
drunks and help
Hexit'e
old ladies
başlayabilirim.
across the road?
I'd rather get through the day without the captain.
İşte Cyberpunk olsun. Normalde ben GTA'dan
It'll be
sonra
fine, Ralph.
RDR'ye
Don't
başlayacaktım
worry
ama
too much.
polisiye oyunlarını seviyorum. L.A Noire'da güzel oyun. L.A Noire'a başlayayım dedim. Daha sonra Far Cry'e, eğer olursa bu videodan sonra Far Cry videosu çekeceğim işte. Gideceğiz artık. Aç yolu baba. Gel sağ çek. Dur lan. Şimdi silahçı nerede? Canım ya. Harika. Hadi ya, gelelim. Hocam dur, aynaya bakmıyor musun da araba. Araç sürüşü biraz garip ya. Ve bundan sonra şu sahne geçsin mi, öyle konuşalım madem. Altın tutu kapılar giriş yapmıyor.
Officers
Tamam.
Phelps and Dunn. Can you tell us anything about this gun?
Smith & Wesson, Model 27, registered Magnum. Chambered for
İyice fazla
357,
nikel kaplama.
nickel plated with pearl grips. Same gun used by
Doğru
General
bir şey.
Patton.
You're not suggesting he's the owner.
No, I'm not.
You seem to know a lot about the weapon.
I ought to. I sold it. You know, this piece will stop a rhino. These babies are only available special order. Here's my Smith & Wesson order book.
You mind if I take a look?
Be my guest.
Yalnız
It's
ben
about something bad,
seri
right?
numarası neydi onun ya? Bir dakika. Dur lan. İpuçları. Smith'lesin altın patlar. S71 893, tamam.
Model 27 with pearl grips, Cole. You see it on there?
Şimdi bize bir Smith Wesson gerekiyor. Smith Wesson burada hangisi var? Burada yok. Bu bir dakika. D71 burada. Şurayı
We're in
da
luck. Errol Schroeder. 203 South Glass Street. Ordered the gun in
Şurayı dur,
February
evet.
46. Thanks, you've been a big help.
Anytime.
LAPD'ye
Always happy to help out the
desteklemek falan
LAPD.
memnun oldum. Ne demek? Klasik Mafya
Do we
1
call
vardı.
it in?
Onu oynayacaktım
Let's
da.
see if he's at home.
O da biraz fazla
Owning
zor.
the gun doesn't prove he pulled the
Hani
trigger.
zor değil de.
Okay.
Araba
In for a
sürüşünden
penny,
tut
in
diğer
for a
şeyler
pound.
falan.
Lead the way, Gunga.
Eğer olursa önce bir klasiği ondan sonra remake oynayabilirim ama hani ikisini de oynadıktan sonra aynı zevki vermeyeceğinden dolayı. Belki önce biraz klasiğini deneriz. Eğer klasiği olmazsa böyle yaparız.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
oynarız.
Just
Ben de
because we're in
Definition Edition'da-
uniform. Watch it!
Kapı açılmıyor mu ya? Açılmıyor mu bu kapılar?
I guess so. Seems a little too good to be true. One of a kind murder weapon bought
Ya,
locally
tabii ki
using a
biteller
real name.
bulmuyor ya.
If Schroeder's our shooter, he's no criminal mastermind.
Most of them aren't. That's why they get caught. 2 out of every 3 crimes are done on impulse.
Kolay
Another
çözüm.
fact from the Phelps Encyclopedia of Thin Air.
Çakar
Really
diye
are
yok
full
ya.
of-
İnsan bu yıllarda çakar yokmuş. Böyle güzel bir üstüne çakar ekleseler. 1945'te Türkiye'de falan geçiyor herhalde. İkinci Dünya Savaşı'ndan sonra geçiyor diye biliyorum. 1945 olması gerekiyor. Ama yok. 1900 herhalde oralara tam. Ama savaştan ya önce ya sonra olması gerekiyor. Şurayı da önemli. Şurası mı? Geldik. Girelim. Bu arada herkese iyi Ramazanlar, onu söylemeyi unuttum ya. Altın pulda bunu söylemiştim zaten, kapılara girişte. Veriliyor. Şüphelerin ayrılması öğrenmek için posta numarası.
Schroeder,
Şuradır.
apartment 2.
Burası.
What do you guys want?
I'm Officer Cole Phelps. This is Officer Dunn, Wilshire Division. You're the owner of a Smith & Wesson Model 27, nickel-plated with pearl grips?
I might be. What of it?
Then you'll be surprised to know that Scooter Payton was murdered
Sizin
tonight
silahınızı
with
öldürmesine
your guns.
şaşıracaksınız.
You're out of your mind. Scooter? He works for me. I have that gun here in my drawer. What the fuck is going on here?
You're under arrest, Schroeder. Cuff him, Ralph.
No way. You're not taking me down for this.
Oha.
You ready, tough guy? Huh?
Ha, GTA 5'teki gibi. Space, Glock.
Quit prancing around and hit me.
That was a very
Oy.
bad move, Schroeder.
Oy. Dur. Oğlum sanki polisi dövdükten sonra kaçabileceksin, geri zekalı.
Ralph, you all right?
I'm fine. I hardly felt it. He's lucky he caught me off guard.
Hiç hissetmedin canım gerçekten.
Keep an eye on him, Ralph. I'm gonna take a look
Çekmeceye
around.
bakalım. Bir olay mahallinde ya da ilgili yerlere girdiğinizde çalar. Sayfaları çevirmek için. Lloyd Rose.
List of names and a series of numbers. Floyd Rose's name is in this book.
Phelps, we can come out of this all bright and shiny with a commendation. Or stick our schlongs in a hornet's nest. Call it in, partner. And leave the book where you found it.
Biz dedektif değiliz şu anda, adam haklı.
Officer Phelps, badge 1247, requesting.
Paul Phelps. Gadget number 1247. Biz neredeyiz şu anda? stüdyoya gidiyoruz. Doğru, savaş zamanından
You
tutuyordu.
dumb fucking
Şu an.
sons of bitches, get in this line now before I lose my temper.
Excuse me, Sergeant, but
Excuse me? Fuck you. You say another word and I'll break your fucking head and have you in the brig.
Some of us are here for...
I know why you're here, asswipe. I'm having a bad day, Private. Some people don't seem to want to get on this bus.
didn't ask for your help.
He didn't ask for your help. Can you believe this guy? Who are you two, Abbott and Costello?
We're here for OCS, Sergeant.
So it's the three fucking stooges and you're here for OCS. God help this fucking country and the USMC. The Japanese will do the world a favor and kill you quickly. All three of you are on report. What are your fucking names?
Phelps.
Kelso.
Merrill.
Any other gentlemen for OCS? OCS is at Elliott. You take the Camp Elliott bus over there. This bus is for MCRD. This bus is for men who want to fight.
Well, you
Zırhlı ve
picked the right
tehlikeli.
place, Cole. A city that needed an honest cop like a thirsty man needed water. You heard the stories, but you weren't interested.
Yani şehirde
You were here to fight the
yoldaşlık var.
good fight, solve cases, right wrongs. But the force is like politics. There's no city on the fence. You have to choose sides. A brown paper envelope or a Greyhound ticket to Palookaville. It could only ever end one way.
All units to 211 in progress and shots fired at Westlake Savings
Tamam,
and
buradayım.
Loan, 1415 West 3rd Street. Unit
Bana
name
söyledin.
identified, code 3.
We'll take that.
Hep
It's
soygunu
only
bizim
a couple
yapacağız. Bir
blocks
kez de
from
14
karşı
Adam
tarafta
calling
olduğumuz bir oyun
KGPL.
olsun.
We'll handle the 211.
Roger that, 14 Adam. Be advised, suspects are armed and dangerous.
Lan soyulmayacak mı? Payday 1 geldi ya. Ne güzel oldu. 2'yi çok oynamıyorum ama 2'yi bir kez oynamıştım sanırım. Bu çok kısa sürmüştü. Fazla oynamadım da 1'i oynamıştım biraz. Belki bir gün 2'yi de videosunu çekeriz. 3 çıktı gerçi Payday ama 3'ün yorumlarını pek beğenildiğini hatırlamıyorum.
That was a tax-paying citizen you just bounced off the fucking hook.
Make it quick, you guys. The cops are here. We gotta move it.
Bunun surat ifadesine bak ya. Surat ifadeleri güzel yalnız. Shotgun'ı ver baba. Ulan pipet soygun yapabileceğini kim sandınız? Şerefsizler. Bak polis ateş ediyor. Ben sıkarım nasıl götürüyorum?
Try for the front door. Keep
Yeah,
your
man.
goddamn head down. Use the cover, Phelps. We don't know how they're in there.
Üstte var.
Take it slow. Back up a little soon.
Hocam aslında Thompson verseymişsiniz ya. Pompalı mı?
That's it? We got them all? I think we got them, Cole. Should be all clear.
Temiz temiz.
Lieutenant Hopkins says anytime you reach for the shotguns, you're either going to end
Ya
up dead
ölürsün
or
ya da
we're in
öldürürsün.
citation. So I guess
It's okay, Ralph. You did well in there. I'm glad you had my back. Man couldn't ask for a better partner.
Evet evet.
This kind of opportunity comes along once in a lifetime, Hank. I have to grasp it.
You have to survive at first, Cole. Here are the veterans. The Japs love to shoot officers.
Subayları vurmayı seviyormuş.
If I can make a name for myself in this war, my future.
thinking of taking on a company of the Emperor's finest single-handed? You don't seem the Sergeant York type to me.
When I need your opinion, Kelso, I'll ask for it.
They talk about officers like you in boot camp, Cole. They call it the Custer syndrome. Guys who go around dreaming of fame and glory and getting all of their men killed in the process.
Our duty is to lead, Kelso.
And their duty is to die for your wonderful future?
Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso. With some people, it's as simple as chemistry. Two guys who should have been friends, but their personalities got in the way. Phelps, a good guy, wound way too tight. And Kelso, a quiet man who could never walk away from a fight.
Well, it's a shame you don't like to talk about it, Cole.
Ralph, friends who want to stay friends don't discuss religion or politics. And in my case, you can add the war to that.
I know that bum. Wendell Bowers. I put him away before he jumped parole.
Kaçak teknisyen şartlı tahliyeden çıkmış.
Get after him, Phelps. I'll head him off in the car.
Bir de şartlı tahliyeden çıkmışsın. Biz niye kovalıyoruz şimdi?
You can go screw yourselves. Why, you watch it. He's hiding in the alley.
Gel lan buraya. Kaçma. Los Angeles polisi. Stop. LAPD.
Howard, hold it right there. Stop now or I will shoot.
Ateş
I
edene kadar.
won't tell you again, Wendell. You don't want to do this, Wendell.
Adam ne kadar sigara da içse deniz piyadelerinden onunla nasıl koşuyor?
Give it up, Wendell.
Kondisyonunu geliştirmiş.
Stay the hell away from me.
Dur lan. Oy. Sen
You
bekle.
gotta be kidding.
You fucking
Senin
asked
kafanı gözünü
for it.
kıracağım. Sen bunu hak ettin.
No way I'm going back inside.
Bekle bekle. Ben sen önce hapisten önce bir pataklayayım mı? Tekmenin hesabını bir sorayım.
I've done my time.
It's over, Bowers.
Oğlum çekip
You
vursak da 2
assholes
saattir
already
kaçıyor
screwed
ya.
me once.
Bacağından vursak en kötü dursun bir.
Give it up, Bowers. There's nowhere left to go.
Looks like we've got the place to ourselves.
Gel bakalım. Let's go nigga. Let's go nigga. Pardon, burada biraz ırkçı oldu, pardon. Oy. Harika.
How you doing, Wendell? Your parole officer's feeling lonely.
Ağzını burnunu
He's got a
kırdın
hole
iyi.
in his life for an asshole like you. You can make it up to him in 10 years' time. Watch your head. This hump will be back in the Iron Hotel by tomorrow night. Nice work, Cole. You run track in high school?
Şu takım. Evet, bir
Part of the
flashback
tradition
var.
of the Marine Corps and being an officer in the Marine Corps is the ability to make tough decisions. The right decision is not always the popular one. The right decision will get the men you care about killed. These ratings and your ability to give them frankly and truthfully directly affect your chances of successfully becoming a Marine officer. Candidate Phelps, you have the floor.
Tamamdır.
Esprit de Corps, Merrill 10, Franklin 8, Weiss 8, Donahoe 6, Kowalski 6, Hudson 5, Kelso 2. Leadership, Donahoe 8, Franklin
Kelso
7,
nereye bir?
Merrill 6, Kowalski 6, Weiss 5, Hudson 5, Kelso 1. Candidate Kelso!
I'm sorry, Captain, but I joined the Marine Corps to fight the enemy, not get involved in the schoolboy chicken shit.
Kelso, in my office now!
Kelso. Salak ya.
For every cop,
Her
there's the
polis
case that
için
makes
sizi
you.
siz yapacak,
Gives you that leg
kendisini
up,
kanıtması
gets you
sağlayacak,
recognized
ekipte
as a
parlayan
shining new
yüz
star in the
ortamında olacak
squad.
davalar var.
The case that you solved that shows that you have the gumption, the gung-ho, the get up and go to make you stand out from your average rank and file patrolman.
Harbiden yani şu dönemde dedektif olmak harbi havalı olur, güzel olur ya.
LAPD, could you stand clear of the body, please?
Aç.
Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
Baktığım adam öldü.
Okay, stand further back and
Ya geri
move
çekilin
along.
ya da
It's your
buradan ayrılın,
choice, but
bence de.
make it quick, people.
Hey, Cole. You got here quick.
My beat crosses 7th Street.
Okay. You're first reporting then. We'll get a
Allah
perimeter
Allah.
going and move the crowd on. You better see what you can find out before the homicide dicks show up. I'll be with you in a
Allah.
moment.
I swear, this town's going straight to hell.
Broad daylight. Crowded street.
Harbiden oğlum gündüz vakti
I've seen everything.
Everybody stay back. Let us do our job.
anlaşılma bakalım, inceleyi bakalım bunu. Neymiş banka banka çeki. Banka İşte şey ya, makbuzu.
C. Galetta.
İnci küpeler bankasının çıkışı yapılmış.
Made out to Bank of Arcadia.
Şu cebinde bir şey var mı? Boş. Yani adamın suratını oynatsak çok bir şey olmayacağına göre. Yalnız kurşunlamaya bakacak olursak adamın düşme mesafesine göre silah direkt düzgün düşmüş. Sırtından vurulmamış da burada bir çekirdek var.
Shell
Beş adet.
casings. These look like 32s.
32 kalibre. Tamam. Başka yapacak bir şey yok. Silah mı var lan orada? Evet. Rwildd.
FN Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
Tamam.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from here. This guy in the crowd thinks he saw something, Cole. You better take a statement.
Hangi adamın?
The main reason Santa's so jolly is because he knows where all
Ben
the
mi?
bad girls live.
This is a crime scene. Sir, I'm Officer Phelps. What exactly did you see?
Tam olarak ne
I
gördünüz?
heard the shots. I thought it was a car backfiring. I saw a girl run at the shoe store.
Speak to the witness before homicide arrives, Phelps. If you think she's lying, don't be afraid to get forceful. Verbally, of course. And don't accuse her of anything without proof. Lawyers love that shit. And if you're sure she's straight up, try the general approach. See what you can coax out of her.
İyi polis, kötü polis. Tanık şey yaparsa, şüpheli konuşursa kötü polis, yalan söylerse de
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting.
bunu tanıyor
Did you
muydunuz?
know the victim?
He was my boss, Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett
Evet.
And you are?
Galleta. Clovis Galleta.
Güney Amerikalı mı ya? Bana şimdi tanık detayları sol tarafa girilmiştir. Sorular sağ tarafta listelenmiştir. Falan filan.
Do you think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch.
Ne zamandır dükkana bakıyorum. Tamam.
I was in a store
Gene
when
Bay Gage
Mr.
basının
Gage,
içine girdi.
my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry.
Gözlemliyoruz.
I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw
Yalan.
Mr. Gage fall.
Yalan yalan. Havanosuna bile baksana ya. Eğer tanık yalan söylüyorsa kanıtınızda yalan seçin, tanığı yalan söylüyorsun, bir kanıtımız olması gerekiyor. Tamam. Kanıtımıza bakalım da. Ya tanık yalan söylediğini düşünüyorsanız 3 tuşuna basın. Şimdi kanıt olarak silah saldırıda taksit makbuzu. Şimdi buraya taksit ödemeye geldiğine göre
You're
yalan
lying, Miss
diyeceğiz.
Galetta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong. How can you prove different?
Sonuçta
Your pearl earrings, Miss Galetta.
yani
You've been paying for them for a whole year.
adam geliyorsa
Stop
kaç
lying.
taksidi varmış
Tell me
da.
what happened at the jewelry store.
Oh God, I won't lose the earrings, will I?
You could lose your freedom, you little fool, if you don't stop obstructing a murder investigation.
Mr. Kalu. Edgar
Ünlü
Kalu.
dükkanının sahibidir.
He runs the jewelry store. He's showing me a lovely watch. Mr. Gage bursts in. Mr. Kalu gets very angry with Mr. Gage, and they start yelling at each other. Mr. Gage tells me that all of the things in the store are junk, nickel-plated, made in Japan, and yells at me to get back to work.
Then what happened?
We get back here, and I hear a loud bang. Mr. Gage clutches at his back. I hear another bang.
Ha,
And
ilk kurşunda
another,
ölmüş,
and another.
yayılmamış o zaman. Demek ki ateş etme mevzisi o yüzden.
Mr.
Kurşunla
Gage
da
falls
dolayı.
to his knees. It looked very painful.
Burası bina
Which jewelry
hastanesi.
store?
Hartfield's. Broadway between 5th and 6th.
Did you see the person who shot Mr. Gage?
Of course I did. Mr. Kalu looked very angry.
Durmana
He
5
kept firing the
kovan
gun.
boşaltmış
He
zaten.
kept pulling the trigger. He threw the gun in a bin and turned and walked away.
Bak yalan söylüyorum. Eğer söylediği şüpheliyse tuşuna basın. Bana çok şüpheli gelmedi ama biraz şüpheli olabilir.
You're making me angry, Miss Galetta. Is that what you want? Tell me why Mr. Kalu shot Mr. Gage.
Ha bak bunu
Mr.
unuttum,
Gage
doğru.
hates Jews. A lot of people do. It's not my fault if he has nice things.
Neyse.
How many shots did you
Kaç
hear,
tane
Miss
silah sesi
Galetta?
duydunuz?
It's difficult to remember. It sounded like there were so many, and they were so loud.
So loud. Hadi.
I need you to concentrate, Miss Galetta. Even minor details can become important later on.
Well, there was one bang, and then another, and then 3 very quickly,
3 eller
close
5
together.
kez.
5.
Thank you for your help, ma'am. You've been very brave.
Deneyim tadına
We'll need you to make a
ödülün
formal
filmini
statement
açar.
about what happened to Mr. Gage.
Does that mean I can still collect my... Never mind. Yes, officer, I'll make a statement.
Hanımefendi neyse. Değişik kadın ya. Şimdi gidiyor muyuz?
We have the murder weapon.
And the murderer. The girl saw it all. A killer works at a jewelry store called Hartfield.
That's a couple of blocks from here.
Thinking what
Önce
I'm
bir
thinking?
silah dükkanına gidelim be.
Tate, maintain the perimeter.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Silah dükkanına gidelim öncelikle. Moruk sürüyor.
You're behind the wheel.
LAPD'nin nasıl korumaya yeminlidir. Tamam ne alaka? Guns, ammo, sporting groups. Hadi gidelim.
Officer,
Memur beyler.
what can I
Sizin
do
için
you
ne
for?
yapabilirim?
Officers Phelps and Dunn, sir, Wilshire Division. We need you to trace a serial number.
Sure. What's the make and model?
FN Browning, model 1922. The serial number is 01138.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the owner?
Yeah. Kalu.
Hello.
Edgar Kalu was his name. Thing looks like it'd never been fired, but he brought it in here for cleaning anyway. Then he
Hem
bought a box of
temizletmek
cartridges
hem de
and he
mermi
left.
alıp
You know where we can
gitmiş.
find Mr. Kalu.
Told me he was on his lunch break. Said he worked at Hartfield's jewelry store just up on Broadway.
Thanks for
Tamam
your help.
doğrulamış olduk en azından.
You know the way. You can drive.
Sen gene sürsene bir ya. Oğlum diğer taraftan binsene ya. Allah'ım yarabbim. Değişik adam ya. Hartfield'ın kuyumcu dükkanı. 236.
Tell me you're insured.
Edgar
Officer.
Kalo'yu memur bey.
Can I interest you in a new watch?
Officer Cole Phelps. Are you Edgar Kalu?
No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Bekleyelim.
Son of a bitch!
Aha.
Go, Cole, go!
Go go go. Allah'ım yarabbim. Ancak biz koşuyoruz. Bu diğer yanımızdaki dallama ne işe yarıyor?
Kalu, get back here!
There he is, officer. All these Brits. Root beers all around, dog.
Next time, you're mine. One on him from here.
Too late, Kalu!
Geri zekalı kaç. Kalkma ya. Allah'ım yarabbim. Lan vatandaş.
Olive oil comes flowers.
Gel buraya gel buraya gel buraya gel buraya dur.
Stop or I will shoot!
Oğlum elimizdeki silah.
Edgar Kalu,
kötü
you're
lan.
under arrest for the murder of Everett Gage.
Geç bakalım.
The case that makes you, and the
Seni sen
case that
yapan
breaks you.
davalar vardır ve seni
The
bozan
one you never
davalar var.
solve, the one that keeps you awake at night. The
Gece
case
bir
that
daha
gnaws at your
yapıldı.
guts and ruins your marriage. The case that keeps you propping up a bar as you relive the what-ifs, the might-have-beens, the half-leads, and the half-truths. The case that other cops murmur about whenever you walk past. The case you never, ever discuss.
God's mill may grind slowly, but it grinds finely, son. I hear it's you who nabbed our malefactor from the shooting yesterday.
Evet.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me, Boyle, I hear you're quite the climber, a man of initiative. How would you like a chance at smiting this man with the sword of justice?
Tabii ki.
You're asking me to conduct the interview, sir?
I am, young Phelps. You've only been with us a short time and you've assembled yourself a stellar arrest record. Not to mention the fine work you did in the war, sending heathens back to the hell they came from. But I'm curious as to whether you can turn your hand to interrogation. Takes a certain animal cunning, lad.
Tabii.
Do you think you might be ready for that?
Hazırım.
Yes, sir. I think I am.
Good man. You need many things for a conviction, young Phelps. A motive, opportunity, hard evidence, and best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter. How are you feeling, lad?
Fine, sir.
Very good. The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
Tabii ya. Hadi dedektif olacağız.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that.
Ya tartışma nedeni.
You followed Everett Gage and a girl back to the shoe store. You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with
Ama
me.
bunun benimle bir ilgisi yok. Yalan. Elimizde ifade var.
You shot Gage, and we know why. We can put you at the scene.
You can't prove anything.
Taksit mahpusu şüpheli doğrulandı.
We know all about the argument. Miss Galetta made a statement.
You're counting on the girl?
Sen
You think her testimony is going to stand up in court?
You're going to the
Birinci
gas
derece tanık.
chamber, Edgar.
That Jew-hating fuck couldn't leave me alone. I had a sale. That girl was ready to buy.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Kalu?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
Oğlum düzgün konuş,
You're not denying
kalkarsam
you're
kafana var
Jew,
ya.
Mr. Kalu.
This is America. It's not Germany. It's not a crime.
Some people don't like Jews, Mr. Kalu.
Yeah, and I guess you're one of them.
Gage hated Jews, didn't he, Mr. Kalu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cinayet sınavının bakımı bunlar da muhtemel dini sebepler. Yalan değil de bununla kötü polislik yapsak daha iyi olur gibi. Bunun çıkış yandır. Nasıl geri geldin lan?
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher. You and that stuck Gage.
Why did you do it, Mr. Kalu?
Gage. He's in the Chamber of Commerce. He's in with all those momsers. He blocked every proposal I ever put forward. Kike this and kike that. He's been trying to ruin my business for years.
Edgar Kalu, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Everett Gage. I respect your beliefs and your right to hold them. I hope for your sake the jury can commute to murder in the second degree. May God have mercy on you, sir.
Masterfully done, Officer Phelps. It is just Officer Phelps, isn't it, lad?
Yes, sir.
Then let me have a word with the Chief of Police, young Phelps. The department needs heroes. A shining, honest face the public can admire. I applaud a man with your talent for unwavering justice. Back to your duties for now, Boyle. But here's a piece of advice. Get yourself
Takım
2
elbise
suits,
alıyor,
get them
temizle
pressed.
hepsi.
You'll be needing.
Güzel. Neymiş? Polis Akademi. Complete all cases in the patrol desk. Bunu da bölümü bitiririz. The driver's seat. Sürücü koltuğu.
Here's your new desk, kid. You're on traffic. The hot sheet is posted here, next to the map.
What's his
Trafik
problem?
şube miyiz ya?
That's Biggs. He's an institution.
So this is what all the fuss is about. Why couldn't they build a freeway that goes past my place?
They haven't even approved the money yet, kid. The bond issue won't be till December. It'll be years before any of this will happen. Here's your new partner, Stefan Burkowski.
Heard all about you, Phelps. You go easy on me and let me earn the odd citation, and maybe we'll get along fine.
I'm here to learn, Detective.
Oh, he's an intense one, isn't he, Mel? Who's intense? The newly minted detective here, Cole Phelps.
Hi, Phelps. I'll be keeping an eye on you. I could
nice
spend a
and
little
maybe
time
it makes sense
basking
when
in
I
reflected
reject it.
glory. Make a change from busting hookers and dope fiends.
Who was that, Commander?
Roy Earl, chief detective and advice.
Do they all dress like movie stars?
Well, Roy is a movie star. And the whole of the seedy side of L.A. is his audience.
Vay be.
What is that supposed to mean?
Stick with me, kid. You'll find out. And now some housekeeping. Warm Central Division welcome for
Merkezin olan
Detective
sürekli
Cole
karşılama
Phelps.
yapalım.
Some of you guys may know
Çok
Phelps.
sıcak
He's
bir
the cop who
karşılamaydı
broke the
ya.
jewelry store
Harbi
murder.
teşekkür ediyorum.
Stand up and take a bow, Phelps.
If it's all right with you,
That's
sir.
an order, Phelps.
Shh, quiet, everybody.
Phelps is one of only 2 serving LAPD officers who received the Silver Star during the war. Really gave it those lousy Japanese, eh, Phelps?
I did my best, Captain.
Why are you war heroes always so modest? I've partnered
Yani
Phelps with
nasıl
everybody's
olmak
favorite
istiyorsunuz?
Pole, Stefan Bukowski.
Hope you like work, kid. Bukowski sure as hell doesn't.
Well, that's why we have partners, right? Okay, can it, guys.
Lise sınıfına geri
Stick
döndük
with
arkadaş.
Bukowski. He's a good cop. He knows traffic inside and out. I'm going to start you out with one case. Do okay? I'll give you a couple more. You screw up, you'll be rousting vagrants and running license plates. Get down to the PE freight depot, 6th and Alameda. A patrolman called in a suspicious vehicle.
Cinayet
Signs of
bulgu
foul
olan şüpheli
play.
bir
See
araç
what you can
bildirdi.
find out.
Ha yani
Come on, Phelps.
arabayla alakalı tüm şeyler bizde.
thing
Yani
was,
araç
he was a
kazası,
real
vurkaç
nice guy.
falan.
I felt
Güzel o
lousy
zaman cinayette
powering
çözeriz. Vurkaçta ne bileyim zaten görgü tanığını bulacak. İşte alo biz böyle gördük.
They really pushed you through quick, didn't they?
Bildirecekler.
6 years on patrol before I got
Sadece
to this
arabanın
desk. You were
kime
here in
ait
5
olduğunu
minutes.
bulup yakalayacağız
What do you want
aslında
me to
da.
say? I didn't ask
Gene
for
olsun
any
dedektifiz ya en azından.
Mary says he'll sing, only if I guarantee he won't.
You know this place?
Oo,
Sure.
arabamız da
Near the old
değişmiş.
gasworks and signal depot in the warehouse district.
Sen sürsene ya ben.
I'll direct.
Sen sürsen.
So, tell me a little about yourself,
Kendinizden
Phelps.
bahsedelim Phelps.
Are we friends now, Bukowski?
We have to work together. Don't be so touchy.
I grew up in San Francisco. My father was in shipping. Went to college at Stanford. Did 2 years ROTC before Marine OCS at Camp Elliott. Shipped out in early '45 as a first lieutenant. Fought in the
Üsteğmen olarak
Okinawa
ayrıldım.
campaign. I was wounded. Shipped back home. Did a year on the beat. Now I'm here.
So you won the Silver Star.
I don't want to talk about it.
And let me get this straight. You single-handedly killed 40 Japs on this hill in Okinawa.
No.
You were up there all night, draped in the flag, knife between your teeth, gun at the ready.
You finished?
The Emperor Hirohito himself leading the charge against you.
I did my part, Bukowski. What did you do?
I kept the streets of LA safe for the people.
Yine Rice Ufuklarını
Yeah.
güvende tuttu.
Now I get it.
Unfit for service. Oh, fuck you, Phelps. I earned a bravery citation during the Zuda riots.
Sounds like you had it rough.
I did my job.
No one is saying you didn't.
I did 6 years as a patrolman. That's the third time you've told me.
6 yıl devriye polisliği. Ondan sonra oğlum kaç yaşındaki evlat falan dediğine göre bize de. Hani biz 27 yaşında olsak 26 ve asker olurmayın 35 yaşında var rahat.
I need to get back to work, officer.
The detectives are here now. You repeat to them what you told me.
I did the right thing by calling this in. I'm just a working stick.
Just give them your story and you'll be all right.
Adam haklı.
This is your first case, Phelps. It's okay to admit it if you're stumped. If you don't know what to do next, just come talk to me and we'll see what we can figure out.
Tamam.
Thanks, Stefan. You're okay.
Pardon. Kıyafetlere bir bakalım ya. Altın çocuk. Her bir şey için öyle mi de var ölecek? O zaman hadi gidelim. Duruşma müziği bir olay mahalline ya da ilgili tamam çalarmış.
I'm
Güzel.
Officer Hart.
Phelps, traffic. What have you got?
Abandoned car, probably stolen. The solid citizen is Nate Wilkie. He called it in.
What gives with the coroner?
There's blood all over the interior. Someone's copped the full Broderick, but no stiff as yet.
We have an owner for the car?
The car is registered to an Adrian Black, just north of Bunker Hill.
All right, we'll take a look around.
I'll keep Mr. Wilkie talking, but don't make him wait too long. He's the restless type.
Tamamdır. Fazla bekletmeyelim de. Öncelikle bir arabaya bakalım.
Detective
How long
Phelps.
you gonna keep me here, sir?
What have we got? A lot of blood for a blood force
Bıçaklanma
injury.
sonu çok fazla. Oğlum
Victim
bu
must be in a very
bıçaklanma
bad
değil.
way.
Adamı
Any sign of the guy?
kesmişler.
Not unless
Şuradan,
he's in the trunk of the car.
hani boşaltmışlar arabayı yani. Şuna baksana be. One for the file. Find the
Victim looks to have lost a lot of blood.
Tamam, şimdi bagaja bakalım bir. Şimdi şu kağıt neymiş ona bakalım. Mr. F. Morgan.
Morgan.
Canlı bir domuz ha.
Yesterday?
Milyon anahtarına çok ihtiyacımız olmayacak sanırım. Üstünde o kadar önemli bir şey yok herhalde. Başka ne var? Burada bir kanlı borumuz varmış. Markası neymiş?
Brand name might give us something to go on.
Evet, belki olabilir.
Hey, Flatfoot,
Başka?
you looking to get rid of that old crate? I'll give you a nickel for it.
Başka. Bekauskun'un orada bir şeyler var. Beko bir çekil bakayım ben. Cüzdan. Ne varmış?
32 years old, married. Sounds like an average guy. What was he doing out here?
1914 doğumlu. Oğlum bu nasıl bir fotoğraf lan?
Happier times, I guess.
Kadın korku oyunlarındaki karakter gibi ya. Bakalım.
Stenzel glasses. Home repaired by the look of it.
Bir yapımı gibi duruyor. Evet. Ön tarafı da bantlı zaten. Kırılmış gözlük. Sanırım bir arbede çıkmış.
I'm stumped. Sir, I'm Detective Phelps.
Name's Nate Wilkie.
You found the vehicle?
Arabayı siz mi buldunuz?
Sure. Saw it just sitting there. Strange place to be parking your car.
Yani,
Figured I'd better
haklısın.
take a look. And then I saw all the blood. So I called the police.
Mind if I ask what you were
Burada ne
doing out
işiniz
here?
var diye sorsak.
Well, I work for the railway. I was on my way out to the switch and reckon I'd take a shortcut.
Var mı yani?
Did you see anybody else in the yard? Maybe somebody
Bunların
hanging around the
etrafından
car?
arasında falan.
Nope. I hadn't seen a soul all day till you boys turned up.
Tamam. Adrian Blake.
Do you know Adrian Black, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. That ain't a
Öyle bir
name I'm
isimler
familiar
tanıdık
with.
gelmedi. Ya bir gez kaçırma
You ever seen
vesaire
the
yok.
car before?
Funny enough, I did.
Birkaç
A
bir
couple of
numara
nights
park
ago, it was
halindeydi.
over there in the parking lot. I know most of the cars are parked here regular, so it kind of stood out.
We found a
Tam
steel
bulaşmış
pipe
burada.
with blood on it near the car. Do you know anything about it, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. I went straight for the law when I saw the car was full of blood.
When you saw the blood, was it wet, bright red, or darker like it is now?
Darker, I'd say. Look dry
Kurumuş gibi
already.
görünüyor. O zaman gece olmuş yüksek ihtimalle. Daha
The wallet by the car.
arabanın
Was there
üzerinde
anything
başka
in
bir
it
şey var
when you
mı?
arrived?
You accusing me of something, mister?
Niye böyle bir çıkış yapıyorsun
Do you
sen?
want
ya?
the patrolman to hold you down while we turn out your pockets, Mr. Wilkie?
Maybe I checked inside that wallet. Not that I was gonna steal anything. Maybe I took a look.
Belki şöyle bakmış olabilir ama
But there
içinde hiç
weren't
para
no
yok.
money in there.
Bozukluk bile.
Not even change.
O zaman niye şey
Thank you for your
yapıyorsun?
help, Mr. Wilkie. We'll contact your employer if we need anything more from you.
If you have to, I guess. I can't really spend no more time over this.
Somebody's got to inform the wife, Phelps. If you're done here, we'll head over there now.
Tamam. Evlerine gidelim artık. Ortağınızın arabayı kullanmasını istiyorsanız arabanın yanına... Tamam, bunu biliyorum zaten ben. Daha sürsene be Pekka olsun.
You can drive. So, where you want to go?
Blake'in aynı... Blake dedim ya, Blake. Blake biraz daha farklı oluyor. Ortağınız arabayı kullan... Tamam, konuşmuyorsak hemen atlıyorlarmış. Güzel. Blake ailesinin evi. 11.07. Adam fotoğrafta yalnız çok
Let's
şeydi
go
ya.
introduce ourselves. You talk to her, Phelps. I'm no good at this shoulder to cry on stuff.
Just
Tak,
a
tak,
minute.
tak.
LAPD, Mrs. Black. May we come in? We have some bad news and we'd rather
May we
discuss
come in?
this in private.
I'm Margaret Black. We can discuss this in the living room. Please come in.
Tabii girdik hemen de. Önce araştırma mı yapsak ya? Şimdi yalan malan söyler. Ona göre defterlerin ipuçlarına bakarız. Aynen, önce bir araştırma yapalım ya. Pekka ben bir
We're gonna have a look
odalara
around,
bakayım.
then we'll talk. A used ticket to Seattle and a suitcase gone missing.
Kayıp bir bavul.
Someone couldn't
Biri
wait
de
to
evi
get out
hemen
of
terk
this
etmek
house.
istemiş.
This must be Adrian's.
Ayrıntılı inceleme formatının stencil.
Stencil. So the glasses are a
Tamam,
match.
gözlükler eşleşiyor. Bakın fotoğrafta da var ya. Bakalım bir fotoğrafa da.
To my Adrian.
Adrian'ıma.
This
Lastik
thing gets
anlamına
more
bir
and
daha
more
atmıyor.
interesting.
Çabuk gel benim sevgilim. Nicole. Allah Allah. Çabuk gel benim sevgilim. İşte. Garip, bunda bir gariplik var ama. Institute. Bu şey değil mi ya?
This was only
Oradaki
recently
marka.
installed. Not 2 days ago.
Aynı kurulmuş. 2 gün bile olmamış.
Maybe it's time we took a look around outside.
Evet, dışarıya bir göz atacağız. Beni biliyorlar. Bir dakika, burada bir... Burada şey var ya, deterjan var. Sepette ne olabilir ki? Derken aha, borular.
No use leaving the thing half
İşte
finished.
bırakıp gitmek olmaz. Bir de medaşçılık mı yapacağız? Şey, medaş dedim ya. Neyse. Bunu takalım. Bu. Buraya. Ve bu da şuraya. Tamam. O
So
boru
the pipe
oraya.
missing from Mr. Black's heater is the same one that killed him. Huh. Seems like the assailant is a little closer to home.
Düşündüğümüzden daha yakın. Acaba karısı mı yaptı? Diyeceğim ama sevgilim çabuk gel falan filan deyince acaba başka bir şey mi var? Hani şimdi kadın gördü bunu.
Your husband drives
Ondan
a
sonra
blue Lincoln,
kocasını
Mrs.
öldürdü.
Black?
That's correct.
The car has been found abandoned, and I'm afraid there are signs of foul play.
I knew something was wrong when he didn't come home.
We believe your husband may be injured. We found a pipe on the scene with blood on it.
Oh no! My poor Adrian!
Does the name Insta-Heat mean anything to you, ma'am?
Yes, it does. We've just had a new water heater installed.
Whereabouts, Mrs. Black?
Just outside the kitchen window, at the side of the house.
I'd like you to try and stay calm and remember everything that you can about last night. My partner and I are going to take a look around. When you're ready, we're going to have some more questions for you. Is that okay?
Ulan biz evi
Of course,
araştırdık.
officer. Anything to help secure my husband's safety.
Bak kadın da biraz normal biri gibi geliyor ya.
Well, let's check the place out.
Oğlum mekanı kontrol etmiştik ama biz. Site var bir de. Geçmiş hikayeyle barındıran gazeteler mevcut soruşturmada bağlantılı ya da olmayabilir.
Lie down, make yourself comfortable. So, you're a friend of Courtney's.
İzleyelim bakalım.
He seems very concerned about you.
I have these visions, these blinding visions. I can't get them out of my head. My skull, it feels like it's in a
I
vice.
want to give you something to calm your nerves. I want to take you on a journey back. I want you to remember the good things about your past.
Bu doktor şey değil miydi? İlk introdaki üniversite öğretmenlerinden sanırım. Geri bırakıyorum. Yalnız çok fazla sanırım sigara kullanıyor. Bu neymiş?
Kavanaugh's. So who brought this home?
Bunu eve kim getiriyor? Açamıyor muyuz? Los Angeles'ta.
Maybe Adrian was a patron. R&I should have an address.
SS'te bir adres olmalı. Tamam. Sicil ve adres bulmak için telefon bul. Hemen çok çabuk geçti ya.
Grab the phone. R&I could run down an address for Kavanaugh's in no time.
Evet, kullan.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Kavanaugh's bar.
Certainly, Detective. One moment. Kavanaugh's Bar, corner of Aliso and Hewitt, south side of Union Station.
Thanks, ma'am.
I'm all right now.
Get a statement from Mrs. Black, but go easy on her. She's had a rough day.
Tamam, konuşalım.
We found a receipt
eşinin
in the trunk
arabası
of your
öyle
husband's car for a live pig.
iş F.
This receipt
Morgan
was made out
üzerindeydi.
to an F. Morgan.
A pig? Adrian runs a tool business. That would be Frank Morgan. God knows what he's up to.
Yalnız Frank Morgan deyince böyle bir hanımefendi. Çok şey böyle içten söyledi. Sinirli. Sahtekarın biridir. Mesafe koymalarını gerektiğini söyledim. Kadın öldürmüş olamaz ya. Seviyor gibi kocasını.
Was your husband wearing his glasses when he left here yesterday?
Yes, he just bought a new pair.
Go on.
I kept telling him to throw those old ones away.
Tahmin
He
etmeye
tried to
çalıştı,
repair them
kötü
with tape. They look terrible.
Dream Blake'in yeri.
Did your husband tell you where he
Black
was
değil
going
Black
last
ya.
night?
Black diye takıldı
All he
ağzıma.
said was he was gonna meet Frank for a drink.
Doğru gibi.
So nothing out of the usual then.
Well,
Yani erken geldi.
he came home early from work. He never comes
Biraz
home early.
erken gelmez.
And he went
Ayrıca
out
erken mi
early
çıktı?
too. He normally never
Adam
leaves
bir
the
halt
bar till
karıştırıyormuş
about
var ya.
7.
Nicole imzalı
Tell us
fotoğraf.
about the photo of Adrian in the bedroom.
What is there to tell?
Fiddle'daki son işi.
It's from his most recent business trip to Seattle.
Belli değil mi?
You and your husband are in separate bedrooms. What gives? Did you want him out of the way, Margaret?
No, I did not. My husband and I may have drifted apart,
Tüh ya
it
yanlış.
wasn't my choice.
Yalan mıydı acaba? Neyse bayan.
I think you should come clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances suspicious. Can you account for your movements last night?
You're not accusing me, are you? What an awful thing to say. I was here all night, of course, waiting for Adrian to come home.
Doğru.
Is there anyone who can vouch for that?
Well, no. I was here alone.
Doğruyu söylüyormuş hep ya. Keşke
I
ondan
cooked
öncekinden de
Adrian's
doğru
dinner and
deseymişiz.
waited, but he never came home.
Your husband frequents Kavanaugh's bar?
Kevin
How did you
Barrow.
know that? Adrian practically lives there after work.
So Adrian spends a lot of time there.
Up until recently, he's been away in Seattle a lot on business.
We'll keep you informed, Mrs. Black.
Please do, Detective.
İlgilendiririz. Hadi gidelim. Bu araba gidelim. Ortanın arabayı kullanmasını istiyorsam tamam. Yine o kullansın.
You know the way.
Makine biz
You can drive.
şey yaparız.
Do we know where we're going?
Dur oğlum.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
Jesus, I'm glad to be out of there.
Mr. and Mrs. Black don't seem to have the happiest home life.
He's too scared to divorce her, and she's too much of a shrinking violet to throw him out. If this hadn't happened, they could have stayed miserable together forever.
You think she could have killed him?
She sure as hell doesn't seem the type. Stranger things have happened.
Haklı ama. Öldürmüş de olabilir, öldürmemiş. Ama bence öldürmemiştir ya. Çok o şey yoktu kadında.
This special broadcast.
Hey, I know you.
No, you don't.
Ben beni tanıyorsun.
We were at school together. How about you buy me a drink for old time's sake?
Dayı ben 25-26 yaşındayım. Hadi max 30 yaşındayım. 30 yaşında bile değildir bizimki de.
Looking for someone?
You know Frank
Stop
Morgan?
kolay gelsin.
Sure. Frank's your regular. He's a loner in the back.
Yalnız takılan kişi. Tamamdır gidelim. Frank Morgan'ı sorgulayalım.
He's only a writer, so.
Frank Morgan?
Who's
Oğlum,
asking?
arkadaki herkes yalnız takılıyor.
Root beers all around.
Cole Phelps, LAPD. I understand you're a friend of Adrian Black.
Yeah, I know him.
Are you aware that he's missing?
No, I hadn't heard that. Tough.
Oğlum bu mu öldürdü lan? Nasıl bir... No. Söyleyişe bak.
We found Black's car abandoned in a freight depot, covered in
Dikkatli.
blood. You know anything about that, Morgan?
Hell no. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yalan söylüyor.
I like Adrian. He's a good boss.
Please, don't tell me you actually believe this jerk off, Phelps.
Yo inanmıyorum zaten. Yalan.
You're lying, Morgan. You were there.
And you're talking out your ass, detective. How about you prove I was out at that rail yard?
Fiş vardı. Fiş nerede?
You were there, Morgan. We found a receipt in the trunk of the car. It has your name on it. We can call the slaughter yard and nail you on it.
All right already. That fool Adrian's fallen for some dame in Seattle. He wanted me to make it look like he'd been attacked.
Gibi göstermemi istedi. Aha.
Where exactly is Black holed up?
No idea.
I think he took off for Seattle. I'm tired of your shtick, Morgan. Spill it, or we take you out in the alley and we knock it out of you.
Kırarız. Çok
Hold up at my
uzaklarım hem de ben.
place. He's waiting for some money to come through before he blows town.
An address?
It's an apartment house at the corner of Temple and Figueroa. Apartment number 2.
I think that's all. Thanks for your help, Morgan.
Helal için sağ ol
We
Morgan.
appreciate it.
Hey, I'm just glad I could help. I love cops.
Cuff him, let him go. It's up to you, Phelps. There's no way I'm writing this idiot up.
Tutukla. Bu bir kez kumpas var ya. Kumpas demeyelim de.
You got
Bunun
Morgan's
tutuklanması
address?
gerekiyor.
Let's get over to his apartment.
Hadi bunu da ben süreyim bu sefer. Hep sen sürün. Ayağın acımıştır. Morgan'ın ailesi. Arşiv olarak bulundu.
I've met some pretty good liars in my time. People who sound convincing because they actually believe their own bullshit.
Bir dakika. Haritaya bir bakabilir miyiz? Tam olarak nerede? Çok uzaktaysa Bukowski sürsün. Yakınmış ya.
Type is clever, hard to catch out.
Frank Morgan is not one of those people.
No, he is not.
Any in the vicinity, see the man in 211 just occurred. 3rd Neal Street. Stand by to report the unit to handle code 3 identify.
Pardon. Şu olaya gidelim.
Car 11K. 11K can come in.
11K, go ahead.
Message from Technical Services. Blood found in the abandoned Lincoln at the PE Freight Depot is not human. Repeat, not human. Compositional analysis reveals swine as the most likely match.
Roger, KGPL. Time to bring this guy in, folks.
Any in the vicinity, see the man in 211 just occurred. 3rd Neal Street. Stand by for further unit to handle code 3 identify.
This is 11K. Go ahead with the further.
11K, you're two.
What took you so long? They're getting away.
What happened here, sir?
They had guns. Dirty louses took everything and then booked. They went that way, the stairs alongside the track.
You look like a rat with a gold tooth watch like that. We'll take the man.
LAPD!
Cut!
Vururum vallahi hiç acımam. Bırak silahı.
Stop him, Phelps.
Ben indiririm hocam. Kusura bakma hiç yok onu kovalayacağım edeceğim.
Car 11K. Shots fired. The suspect is down at 3rd and Hill. It's code 4 here, but I need an ambulance.
11K, roger on the ambulance. All units, the shooting at 3rd and Hill Street is code 4. Code 4.
Can you drive to this one?
Açtığınız yere ne? Bunu indirilebilir içerikte mi varmış? O sana da okunamıyorsa. Tamam. Onu 30. söyleyişini.
Well, let's check the place out. Come on.
Ne kadar çok başarım kazandık ya. Herhalde daha bayağı bir başarım var.
Apartment
Morgan. Daire 2.
Help you, gentlemen?
LAPD detectives, Mr. Black. You're under arrest.
Look, I'm really sorry about this. I never tried to hurt anyone.
I just needed to get away from L.A.
Oğlum boşu boşuna devletin
I
hizmetine
won't put up a struggle. Just let me get my
zamanında
things.
süresini çaldın yani.
I knew it! Phelps, go after him. I'll try and head him off in the car. Remember, the gun is the last resort.
Oğlum o kiloyla nasıl koşabiliyor lan öyle?
There's no point running, Adrian.
Dur oğlum. Tosunum benim dur.
Mr. Black,
Aslanım
get
dur.
back here
Vururum bak.
right now.
Ha Pekarski en azından işe yarıyor ya. Diğer salak bir halt yapmıyordu.
It's
Kır önünü.
over, Adrian. Stop right there, Adrian.
Why not just come clean with her, Black? Why the melodrama?
I thought it would be easier.
No, it just got a whole lot harder. Adrian Black, you're under arrest for
Komple kurmak
conspiracy
ve
and fraud. We'll
sahtekarlıktan
see what
dolayı
the DA has to
tutuklusun.
say about wasting police resources on a wild goose chase like this.
You're gonna lose your wife, lose your job, and probably end up in the big house. I hope she was worth it, Adrian.
Haklı.
That turned out to be quite some case, huh? Adrian, what an idiot. You got an arrest and a clearance in your first case, and in fine style, too. Well done, detective. Efficient
Sağ ol,
investigation technique, good public presence. You keep that up and you learn from Bukowski here, you could go a long way in this department.
Umarım. Kaptan Gordon Lowry. 14. Bir soruyu yanlış bildik ya. Gene olsun. Güzeldi. Araç hasarı ve şehir hasarı biraz fazla vermiş. Bu bölüm burada bitirelim arkadaşlar. L.A Noire'a böyle güzel bir giriş yaptık. Umarım devamı gelir. Başka videolarda daha görüşmek üzere. Bay bay.